Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. Today we're getting slight detour. We're still working on these biters over here. So we're gonna do something else that's badly needed. These ships, they really need an upgrade, unfortunately. So we're gonna drop all of this down to orbit. Now the problem with these ships, they're slightly slower than the ones we designed for the inner planets, or the inner planets and Aquilo. Now they're also slightly less storage capacity, which is terrible. But we're gonna do a slight redesign of those ships to make the storage capacity bigger to fit this purpose. But the general layout of the ship is gonna be the same. We're just gonna launch all of this stuff that we have accumulated here, which is apparently a whole lot of stuff. I don't really care what it is as long as we're launching all of it. Oh, we have a lot of railgun turrets now. That's cool. We have so much stuff on these ships. This is why I've been putting off to do this. Cleaning out their inventory is a little bit of a hassle. That's also something I would really like to upgrade. Although I understand it's mega OP if you can orbital drop more than this, because you can already orbital drop so much. And it's so quick. But I feel like there should be some late game, very expensive research for it. That would be cool. Kind of like more trash slots that research. Okay, we still have a bunch of stuff here. And I don't know how much we've sent down to the surface now, but it's a lot. Then we're also gonna need to dismantle the ship, right? It's gonna be a process and a half. Okay, so we are getting close now. Get rid of the artillery shells. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. 1 row per click. We're gonna have to do this with 2 ships as well. And then we're also gonna have to send a bunch of stuff back into space, right? Although I'm thinking I'll keep... Yeah, I'm gonna keep a bunch of stuff here as well. Especially the platform. We're gonna need that for the new ship. So in terms of speed, I think I calculated that the new design is somewhere between 20 and 30% faster in most scenarios. Which is going to be a pretty big upgrade considering these travel very far and often. Because this is the ship that's meant to bring all the stuff everywhere, right? And in terms of size, we can see if we bring up the correct blueprint. I think it's this one, yeah. It's way slimmer than this one. Okay, so we're gonna start removing stuff here. Gonna remove the reactor as well. And we need to send this down as well. Speaking of sending things down, keep that stuff. Let's get rid of the platform stuff. How are we looking now in terms of... No, I don't want that blueprint. I want this one. Okay, we need to remove this, this, and this, I think. We should be able to remove all of this and still keep the storage, yeah? That made a very interesting pattern. We don't need to remove that. Okay. New ship, new me. Boom. Perfect. So, we're gonna just check something here. Yeah, I did do this. We'll just add those. We're gonna remove your schedule. Gonna remove this. And more importantly, we're gonna have to add a bunch of these. We're just gonna extend this north until we feel satisfied. This is 110. This ship has 146. What about that? This is 158. Maybe this. 176. Seems reasonable to me. And the sushi belt needs to go all the way around. Like so. And just like this... Oh, right, we actually need to do this. My bad. I forgot. But we need the missile turrets here. Then we're filling this up. Just because we can. Doesn't really do anything. Realistically. Should be enough with just one more here. I'm pretty sure that we can do this. And that. And this will be protected from all manner of asteroids. Gonna be a lot of turrets. We'll do that as well. I think that's pretty much it. You should have enough to start doing fuel. I'm also not gonna add any more collectors to this. There's no point in that. I'll be honest. Let's do the starting of the ship. Need to unload this. This bad boy is gonna have all the storage. Now, I wish there was a way to make this slightly faster. But I don't think adding this here and extending these will make any difference at all. And I kinda like how this looks. Could add this here. For some symmetry. But I don't really care about it. Now, we're probably gonna want 700 of each here instead. I think it's a bit unreasonable otherwise. Yeah, you're struggling with calcite, aren't you? Right, because ice needs to either hit this one. That's not gonna hit either. Have a little bit of thruster fuel. Unfortunately, I don't think we can go forward like this. Okay. Let's do this. Perfect. Reactor is now going. Yeah, we apparently need to construct that hull as well. Okay. Somehow we got these produced. Interesting. But we're struggling really hard with calcite. Because calcite is going in here as well, you know. Oh, nice. We got another ice thing. That's perfect. At least it's gonna produce a bit of this then. So it uses 1 calcite for 50 iron ore. And that's 500 molten. Which should be 50 iron plates as well. So this is gonna make a lot of them, right? This should fill up ammo to the extent we can probably send this ship. So we have the same schedule. We're gonna start dropping these things down. We don't really need it. It's gonna take a long time to start filling this boy up. I will send it on the way first, though. Depends on how much ammo we get. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of ammo here. That's fine. How are we doing here? You have started clearing down here. That's perfect. Does take some time though. Because this scanning thing, I heard about this bug. Or not, maybe not a bug, but it's how the algorithm looks for new targets. And when you get to a certain yeah, well, it does take some time once you get a certain amount of range, and I think we're definitely there. So after a while, we're gonna have this explored. Okay. Most of the ship now has a thing, so we're gonna send it to Volcanus. It's gonna get some speed, and then it's probably gonna run out of fuel. But hopefully we'll get to a point where we can catch some more ice, because that's really what I'm aiming for here. This amount of ice would be very good. I think we're stranded now, yeah. But catching this here is gonna really help. Okay, perfect. This is big. And then we're gonna sit here on Volcanus for a bit. I think we're gonna try and go... We're gonna go to a kilo. It's gonna fill up our ice reserves, I think. And then we will start this. We can start it on a kilo, to be honest. And then that should be fine. So Gleba. We are at the point now where we're storing a bunch of asteroids in here, which is great. And fuel reserves should be pretty much full. It's about 100 kilometers per second faster than the other ship. I wish it would go up to 500, but I don't know how I can make that happen. Once we get over halfway, it's gonna be very close. But yeah. So we'll do this. And now I think we can leave this to itself, right? We're gonna ask for a bunch of things. Not sure. You're gonna get some foundation. And you should have enough ammo to be pretty satisfied. It's mostly this, but it's a crafting speed thing. And also because I'm not stacking them. But it doesn't matter too much. And we have all the ice we could ever want. Right. We go back to Novice. We have found a little bit more, but it's not that much. Okay. We need to do the same thing here. Boring, boring clicks. Boring, boring clicks. I wish this would also have a trash unrequested feature. Would save my finger a little bit. This guy is still just... Oh, this guy is now too big to be seen on the thing. Okay. That's interesting. I did not know that was a thing. I could have realized it because it's the same for these ships. I never really paid attention to that, I think. Just interesting. Okay. I'm gonna do it here instead, cause otherwise it only takes up the same resource, and that's not gonna happen, right? We have too many different things here on this. It's gonna take some time for it to load up on a kilo, I think. Okay. We're getting closer. After clicking 2 billion times here. Okay. And we're almost there. Speaking of almost there, I really want to do this. the renaming of the ship. This is gonna take a couple of minutes. So this is 700 or 1700 tons, and this is 1230. The other ones are around 700. I always thought that the tons would be the determining factor for speed, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Please spare my finger now. Holy shit. Oh, we still have a bit to go here. A bit more satisfying when I can see that the list gets shorter. At least we're at the solid fuel now. Or the rocket fuel, sorry. Now we can finally see the end. It's gonna take some time for that poor guy to fill up on a kilo. Perfect, okay. Now, all of this needs to go, all of that needs to go. The ammo we can definitely send. Okay, that should be enough. We're gonna take all of this. And this should then be done. We need the kickstart ship. Thank you. And we'll need this, and we need to empty this there. Perfect. Perfect, let's go. Okay, how are we doing with the other one? Rename this. To this. And then let's go look here. You are... I wouldn't say you're struggling. But the amount of rockets we can send is limited on a kilo. It's pretty limited. Did we get the barrels that we needed? Yes, we did. Okay, that should be enough to get started. Send that down. Should be more than enough to run this. This doesn't use calcite. We're just gonna leave this for now. You should have the correct schedule already. Which is great. And I did enable all of these, you know? I did enable all of them. There should be no threat to this ship ever. It should be able to shoot everything down. It should be able to idle here. Maybe not forever, but at least a very, very long time. Before it runs out of anything. Okay. Getting there with that. You have found yourself in a slight stoppage of scanning, I can see that. I wonder if it's because we are doing the other stuff at the same time. I hope not. Clean up some of the map here while we can. What are we waiting for exactly? Are you getting these from the surface? The turrets here should have been built. The inserters are coming. The foundation has been built. How much fusion power do you have? That's unfortunate. Don't know how long this is gonna last. Okay, we'll see if we think that we can go to a kilo with that. Can we see the consumption here? This. So in an hour, you've consumed 3. Or 15 in 10 hours. Which is 1.5. Yeah, okay. So you should be able to last an hour at least with this. And I hope that we'll find enough ice in that time. It's very unfortunate. You don't want to catch that. I see how it is. It's the downside of doing it this way. It's gonna take longer to kickstart the ship. I think hovering over Volcanus is a way better area to kickstart your ship. And look here, maybe. Oh. You have the medium asteroids here. So that's good. And how are we doing here? I mean, we are doing pretty well. It was mostly the fuel, I think. We have now run out of what? We've run out of Promethium. And you have just completed a run. You have 105k in your storage. How's Galiba doing? It seems to be a bit more chill now. But I think that's gonna change as well. How are we doing on soil? We'll have a K of that. We have 900 of this. We are gonna change this to be 4k and 4k. That's just how much we're gonna need. And this is gonna be a bit higher because we're gonna need to keep going with this. I just did that to not continuously just eat through modules. Okay, so you're finally going. And now you're gonna arrive at Gleba, and it's gonna be the same issue all over again with launching of stuff. You have 0 fuel so far. Okay. I mean, meanwhile, let's get the concrete on the ground. It's gonna be a lot of concrete. And the bots are gonna be really busy again. It's also gonna be a bunch of landfill. But I feel like landfill is less important. We also need these bad boys. I'm gonna put one here to start with. And then here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll put one here. And one here, just in case. I don't think they are gonna do that much. They do want some extra visibility around the walls, if possible. Gleba did send their stuff pretty quick. That's cool. How we doing here? What am I waiting for specifically? It's ice and calcite, right? Yeah, it's ice and calcite. You know what I could do? I could cheat a bit. We'll do that. We'll do this. I mostly want the fuel to start going and the ammo, so we can send this ship on its way. We can send these down again. Oh, we're getting 1,500. Okay. Oh. This is gonna be a bit much, my guy. Okay, I think ice is probably enough right there. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get some surplus of water here. How are we doing with calcite? Got a bunch coming up. But I think it's pretty busy because we're also here with our other ship. That needs a lot of stuff from Novice. But it says this is on the way. So it should be on the way. We have about 10k water, almost. 8k. It's almost 10k. Do have some thruster oxidizer as well. Okay, can you actually send that or what? Oh no, this is the incorrect one, sorry. It is indeed this one. That I need. Perfect. Now that's starting to look really good. And I'd like to remove any cliffs that are here. Possible. It's gonna take a little bit of time as well. Did you get your calcite? You did not. Okay. Because without the calcite, we're not gonna do any ammo. Without any ammo, we're not traveling with this ship. Which is very unfortunate. This fuel is fine. I wish I could just see which rocket has the calcite. Maybe you're sending it way over here. No, you're not. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Finally. I think that's enough. For some reason, this trashes when... I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Okay, so... Ammo is gonna run all the way up here. It shouldn't take that long. Then we're gonna do the same kind of deal. We're gonna send it to a kilo. Right. Kilo. Fulgora Gleba Vulcanus Novice. Because I wanted this to be the opposite. So they shouldn't encounter each other, really. Okay, you are kinda there. You are kinda there. I could obviously upgrade all these things to legendary, just for fun. This ship has been running fairly stable. Can we see now, for example? Yeah. So on average, we're talking 1.3k, 1.8k Prometheum science per minute. This is definitely the bottleneck for this science. Like, even when we're producing fully, this is only 5.4k. If this would produce continuously, even then this is not fast enough. We're gonna have to figure out another solution for it. Okay, so ammo is fine. Go to a kilo, please. And then we turn on all these things. Please tell me we have enough. Yes, we do have enough electricity to deal with this. This we can remove. We don't have any weird requests anymore. Okay. Now we have upgraded our interplanetary logistics ships with big freighters. And this should be significantly more effective than before. I have to wait a bit longer for this to get explored. And then we'll see exactly where we're gonna build some stations and mine that stone. So we can get started on purple science. That's gonna be cool. Anyway, I think this is going to be it for this episode. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching and have a really nice day.